All right, guys, Midwest 2 review here back again. Rough night, so I'm just going to power through this video and get it over with, get it uploaded, and be done with today. So, picked up some wrenches today off the Matco truck, and we've got 72 tooth combination wrenches, Flexhead, SAE, Metric. Full sets. This one here ranges from 5/16 to 3/4, whereas this one here is from 8 to 19. They don't have like a flink dry feature or nothing like that. Kind of wish they did, but they don't. But I didn't buy them for that reason. I bought them purely for the Flexhead feature. I've got a lot of wrenches, and in my old box, I had a set of Flexhead wrenches, but when I sold that old box, those wrenches went with it. See if we can do a better job on these here. The joys of one-handing it. All right, so there's your part number for the metric set. There's your part number for the SAE set. You know, 15-degree knuckle offset, high polish, heat treated, high alloy steel with 180-degree flex. You guys know the sizes, like I said before. And I'm glad I got them. They were pricey, let me tell you. They were pricey. And I don't even know if Snap-on, I don't think Snap-on does, but I was going to say, I don't think Snap-on offers any Flexhead wrenches like this. Probably in fear of warranty. As, you know, guys get on there and start really cranking on them, and these things can break fairly easily. But there you go. They're offshore. They're not made in the USA. Otherwise, they'd probably be marked as such. Decent Flexhead. It appears that they are serviceable. You have a screw there that can be, you remove the wax and you can do some service work on them. Let me see here. I'm just trying to see how they feel. They feel decent. I mean, they don't feel like bad or nothing like that. They don't feel like super great. I did grab this Capri ratchet. I do have a blue point, but the blue point's kind of stiff. It's got the wrong kind of gel in there, or grease, and it's not working very well. These are not bad. I had a pair of a set of Huskies. Is it No, it wasn't Husky. It was Cobalts. I had an old set of Cobalt that were Flexhead, and those things I had them forever. And this joint stayed nice and tight, and they felt really, really tight in the gears. I don't really know how to describe these, the feel of them, just off first hand. They don't feel bad, but they just don't feel like, I don't know. I don't really know how to describe it. It doesn't feel weak. It just doesn't feel tight. I guess that's what I'm saying. It doesn't feel like there's a tight tolerance between the pitch diameter or the pitch angle between the pawl and the gear. I don't know if that makes sense to anybody who's not dealt with threads before, but or gears rather. I don't know. They don't feel bad. They just don't feel like what I thought they were going to feel like, but they will serve a purpose. I was removing the bumper off the OBS Chevy, and that's the reason why, because it was one area, it was like right behind the frame of the bumper, and it was really difficult to get to. I ended up getting it, of course, but it took a lot more work than what I would have liked, and so I ended up deciding that, okay, I'm going to get another set of these, and my dealer gave me a good deal on them, my Matco guy. So I was like, well, you know what? I'm just going to grab a good pair. Now I could have went out and bought like Craftsman USA, or not USA, but Craftsman. I could have got some Craftsmans. I probably could have got some Huskies or some Cobalts or whatever. I don't even know if maybe Capri offers them. I'm not sure. These here have been phenomenal. These wrenches here from Capri have been great, and they do have that that kind of like that flank drive. No, they don't have the flank drive, but they have the grooved profile, kind of like what you see in the sockets. I'll be talking about that here pretty soon. I'm still working on editing that video, but nearly everybody let's see here. Nearly everyone has that profile nowadays. I'm trying to see if I can get it to show up. Or if you look at how that's set up in there, and I actually drew it on a document to show you, but everybody has that same profile. You can kind of see how the flat land of the broaching there is kind of raised a little bit there in the center, that's so it can redistribute the load. The same thing is so with these wrenches. You can kind of see that same profile there, right along there, that land. You can see where it's got like a bit of a chamfer there, and a little bit higher there. Whereas back in the day, they were just purely just flat. You know, it doesn't matter. These are Mac. Mac has the same profile there. You can see it. This particular socket here is also a Mac, but if we grabbed a snap-on, see if I know I have a snap-on here. This is the new FDX or Plank Drive Plus type socket. You can see the same profile in there. You can see the shadowing of it. It's really difficult to kind of show up, but there you go. You can see there along the land, they cut out, you know, a little bit of the recess here to kind of take the load off the corners, but redistribute it along the flats. And you can see how they raised that profile. And it doesn't matter, right? It doesn't matter the manufacturer. They all kind of have it. Let me show you. Grab a right socket here. This is from Right. And even Right kind of, you can barely see it in there, but Right has it as well. Right has a little bit different profile. Theirs is a little bit more conical, you know, has more of an arc to it. You can see that, so it's going to be able to put a little bit more force on the flat part of the fastener. Or if you compare that to like a Mac, it's a little bit flatter. It's not quite as pronounced, right? So that is a little bit of a difference. What was I going to show you guys? Yeah, I think this, yeah. Well, we're going to do a video on the profiles, and we're going to talk about the broaching. We're going to talk about what makes one brand different than the other in terms of like the design, but we're also going to look at the steels as well, chrome moly versus chrome vanadium. And we're going to kind of hit on that a little bit as well. But that's just interesting that, you know, with today's technology, they're all pretty much, no matter what manufacturer, here's 3 different manufacturers there. And if you kind of look at them, there's some difference, right? This one being the Mac, this being the Mac as well. There's the snap-on, in the bottom there. And then the right, there's a little bit of subtle difference in them, but there's not a lot. Now, what's interesting enough is if you look at, let me see here, where are they at? You look at something like these Gray Pneumatics, and they took it to the next level. They really put a lot of emphasis on redistribution of that load force. See how much of an angle or an arc there is. So that's gonna apply maximum torque on the flat surface and remove force off the corners. So these are supposed to be designed for, 50 or 70% rounded fasteners and still be able to apply a sufficient amount of load. I believe Sonex also has that same profile as Gray Pneumatic. Let's see here. Here's a Gray Pneumatic socket, and you see it's not as pronounced as those other ones. But so yeah, I mean, it's that whole relief cut that everyone does. This being the relief cut here. Everybody has the relief cut. Some are a little bit more pronounced than others. But what's interesting is the flange profile, how much of a flat versus how much of a concave or convex profile they give it to redistribute that load. But we're going to talk more about that. We're going to really get into it. But I just wanted to show you guys the wrenches that I got. And I didn't plan on talking about sockets, but I noticed how that's the same feature that you see inside of a socket. They replicated that onto a wrench. I don't know if anybody else ever pointed that out when looking at the Capri ratchets or wrenches. But yeah, we did pick these up. Like I said, I'm glad that I have them in the arsenal. They won't be highly used, but they'll be used enough. And I think that everybody should have a decent set of Flexhead ratcheting wrenches. I don't necessarily, and these, you have to flip them over to go reverse or whatever. So it doesn't have the selector switch. But I would not recommend going out buying these brand new like I did. I bought these brand new off the truck. And, I don't buy very much off the truck, but, I talked with my Matco dealer, and he worked out some things so that I can get a more palatable price for them. They still were very expensive, but not quite as expensive as others may pay. So that made it a little bit more palatable. I could stomach it a little bit more. It's still going to be they still were expensive. So but I think everybody should have a nice set of ratcheting wrenches, and preferably the flex heads like that, because they are useful. So that's all we got tonight. The wrench drawers are looking pretty tight. I don't know if anybody's seen all my wrenches, and that's not really all of them, but pretty decent setup. And that would be the next drawer. So yeah, we're pretty decent on wrenches, and I don't have very many duplicates, right? I think those are the only two. Well, no, actually, though, I mean, I guess there's differences in terms of length and beam width and things of that nature, but for the most part, everything's, singular. There's no duplicates or what I'm trying to say. You get what I'm trying to say. I don't have multiple sets of the same thing. So that makes it, a better situation as well. So yeah, we're decent. I got a couple more of these adjustable wrenches coming. That's a big bug. A couple more adjustable wrenches coming. So I'll be sharing those with you when they get here. We also got ourselves some socks. Those are just kind of like, freebies for buying the wrenches because they were super expensive. You know how that goes. But all right, guys, I hope you guys like the new additions. Make sure that you follow me on Instagram at Midwest_tool_review. Make sure you like this video, leave a comment, and make sure that you are subscribed. All right, peace.